Hey Collective, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day today. So, interesting story about me. My favorite thing to eat at Cracker Barrel was their beef stew, and they took it off the damn menu. So I had to learn how to recreate it in my own kitchen. So in honor of the snowstorm of the century, today we're cooking beef stew. And somewhere in there we're going to make homemade chocolate tahini granola bars. Okay, first up, we're going to make our herb bundle. This is a little bit of fresh thyme, fresh oregano, and 2 bay leaves. We're going to wrap them up. Tie them up tight. Set them off to the side. Next up is the veg. So we've got some peeled carrots, 2 stalks of celery, 1 medium onion cut in half, and we need about 3 garlic cloves. Going to just dice those into big chunks, and then I like to half them again. And the celery, we're just going to slice them. Everybody in the bowl. Then we're going to wide dice the onion. And we're going to get into the garlic. This time we're not going to mince it, we're just going to slice it. A little drizzle of olive oil in the pan. We're going to brown or sear the beef chunks. This is a little bit of Morton's seasoned salt. We're just going to let those brown on one side before we flip them. Let them keep browning a little bit further. And I like my beef stew to have quite a bit of beef in it. So this is round 1. And we're going to add round 2 in. Let it do the same. Let it brown on one side, flip it. Okay, we're gonna flip this round over. Once they're browned, then we're going to deglaze the bottom of the pan with a little bit of beef stock. You want to scrape up all those good brown bits at the bottom where all the flavor is. Then we're going to add the first round of beef back in, and we're going to add in our beef stock. This is 2 32-ounce containers, and then half of a third one. 1/2 stick of butter, half a can of tomato paste, and our herb bundle. Give that a stir. Add the herb bundle in, and our sliced garlic. Give it a stir. Let the butter melt. Okay, and then to the pot, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, fresh cracked black pepper. Give it a stir. Let it come to a boil. Cover it with a tight-fitting lid, and we're going to let this beef simmer on the stove for a good 3 hours. Okay, once that 3 hours is up, excuse the steam, we're going to add in the veg. Cover it again, let it simmer for another 30 minutes. Once that 30 minutes is up, pardon the steam, we're going to add the potatoes in. About 3 teaspoons of salt and some more fresh cracked black pepper. Give it a good stir. Cover it with the lid, and we're going to let it go for another 30 minutes. So all in total, we're at about 4 hours here. So while that's doing its thing, we're going to make the granola bars. We're going to add 1 cup of gluten-free rolled oats to a 300-degree oven for about 17 minutes to let them toast, which makes it easier to digest. Okay, in a bowl, we're going to add 1.5 cups of oat flour. And I'm not too precious about this. I make these once a week, so I'm not going to measure the cinnamon either. I just kind of go with the palm of my hand. It's probably 2 tablespoons or 1.5, and then just a pinch of salt. Gonna whisk it up, set that aside to add the oats to later. And we have 1/2 cup of coconut oil and 1 cup of chocolate chips. We're gonna melt the coconut oil, add in the rolled oats once they're toasted, give that a good stir. Then we're going to add in the melted coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Stir this all together to combine it. Then we're going to take a parchment-lined 8x8 glass baking dish. And we're going to press this crumb mixture into the bottom of the pan. Now you can save a little bit in the bowl to add to the top, but I just like mine to be straight chocolate on top, so I don't do that. Press it in, nice and flat, get all the edges up the corners. And this is a no-bake granola bar, so these are going to go in the freezer. We're gonna let this go in the freezer to harden for about 15 minutes, the base. Okay, while that's doing its thing, we're gonna melt the chocolate. This isn't quite melted enough, so we're gonna have to do a round 2. Okay, now we're nice and creamy. We're going to add in 1/2 cup of tahini to this, unsalted. Stir it up until it's nice and combined. And once our 15 minutes is up, we're going to pull out the frozen base, and we're going to add this chocolate directly on top. Spread the mixture out. Now at this point, once it's spread out, this is where you can add a little bit of that extra granola on the top if you want to make it pretty, but I just like mine to be chocolate. So back in the freezer that goes for 45 minutes. Once the 45 minutes is up, we're going to take it out and we're going to cut it. I don't like to waste, so we're going to take some of this parchment paper, cut it, and we're going to line the bottom of our little container. And then we're going to cut these up into bars. These are delicious. Yummy, healthy little granola bar. Everybody will love them. I keep mine in the refrigerator. They're good in there for up to a week, but I promise you they won't last that long. I just keep them in a Rubbermaid airtight container. And you gotta have a bite. Yum. Okay, next up. Stew's almost ready, so we're going to make our thickener. My dad used to call this the slurry. So this is 5 tablespoons of cornstarch to 6 tablespoons of, I used full fat oat milk, but you can use whatever kind of milk you like. And then we're going to add this into the beef stew slowly, and you'll gradually start to see it thicken. Now, depending on how much liquid you have, you might have to add a little bit more, make a little bit more, it all depends. But you can see it's kind of starting to thicken up here. Then we're gonna add some frozen peas and some frozen corn. Give it a good stir. Yum. And some fresh chopped parsley. And there it is. A dupe for Cracker Barrel's beef stew. Effing delicious on a cold day. So let's plate it up. This is my dinner tonight, so I am ready. Now you can serve this with biscuits and jam. You can serve this with cornbread. You can serve this with Fritos. You can eat it just plain. I like to add a little bit more of fresh chopped parsley on the top of mine. And that's it, guys. It's go time. Grab a spoon. Let me know if you try it. I hope you enjoy it, and stay warm.